Taurus, Taurus didn't get that reputation out of nowhere. Okay, my very first gun I ever bought, handgun, was a Taurus 24/7. The very first ones that they ever made, um, double action only. Very very first ones. It treated me right. Never ever jammed. Um, I had a decent amount of rounds through it. By the time I got rid of it, around 2000. But there's a reason why Taurus has that reputation. You would have to know what a factory freak is. A factory freak is uh, something that somehow was made very oh so slightly different than the rest of the products made in the same place with the same machinery, same product. In other words, let's just go to cars, okay? The machine at the factory, the machines are building a Honda Civic, and it's nonstop. They're building Honda Civic, Honda Civic. Well, what can happen is how it happens is a plethora of different possibilities, but what happens is something gets slightly off, just very very slightly off. Maybe there was a rainstorm during the while I was making the Honda Civics, and the power of the lights flickered or something like that, and that machine was supposed to go right down this way with a perfect, and as it's doing that and the lights flicker, it did that just oh so slightly in the perfect wrong spot. And now this Honda Civic, the person buys a brand new Honda Civic and doesn't even get 3,000 miles out of the Honda Civic, and it's having problems. All right, it's breaking down on the side of the freeway, and it's brand new. You take it back to like, oh, here's the issue. Sometimes they find it, sometimes they don't. But what you have is a factory freak. So it's the same thing in the gun world. Absolutely every single brand makes factory freaks. I have seen it with Glocks. I have seen it with HK. You name it, I have seen it. Every company makes factory freaks. However, what it's all about is how often factory freaks are produced by a brand. Glocks very, very, very rarely produce factory freaks. I remember when the first Gen 4s came out, the first like 6 months it was problems. The double recoil spring was having issues, and they had to fix that, and they did. But every brand will have some factory freaks. Now, SIG's P320s that were falling and going off, that's not a factory freak. That's a problem that they did, right? That's like at least half of their guns were doing that. That's a problem. That's not a factory freak. Tauruses make a lot of factory freaks, and that is why they got a bad reputation. And honestly, they earned it. I'm telling you, I don't have anything against Taurus, but I'm not biased in any way, so I can speak on this. They earned their bad name. They made lots of great guns, especially the Taurus PT92, the Beretta replica. That gun was amazing. To me, that's what put Taurus on the map as, hey, these guys can make good guns. And it really did well. However, there's a lot of other Tauruses that were made that was like, and it was like you either got one that ran or you got one that did not run correctly. And it was because they're putting out these factory freaks. The quality control was not on par to where it should be. Taurus in the last 4 years, I believe, pretty much reinvented itself. They did away with all the old, like they scrapped everything. It was like, all right, Taurus 24/7s, get them out of here. PT809s, get them out of here. 709 Slims, get them out of here. They got rid of all their old baggage, and they completely reinvented themselves and came out with that Taurus G2 111 Millennium. That gun has proven to be a very bang for your buck, amazing. $200 is a blow any high point out the water. Okay, and it works. They go bang, they work. Have some issues here and there, like maybe some rusting can happen on the slide or whatever. But G2s for the most part are great. So they've reinvented themselves. They made the G2, I think S, the TH9C, the one that I have, the TH9 full size. They completely reinvented themselves, and now they're so much better than their past history. But people still have a bad taste in their mouth because of what Taurus what Taurus put people through the past 3 decades. So I'm proud of what they've done reinventing themselves. I trust their products for the most part. But Taurus, they earned their reputation on both sides of the fence. But I think they're doing awesome now.